Hey everyone, today I'm bringing you a hot take on the Washington Commanders. If you're a fan, you'll want to stay tuned because this analysis is sure to stir up some emotions. This player promises to be the key piece in the next game against the Carolina Panthers. But will he be 100%? Will the team be able to turn things around after the last bitter defeat? Stick with me until the end because I'm going to tell you all the details of this saga, and who knows, you might just get ready to cheer like never before. Well, to start, I know many of you, like me, were left with that bitter taste in your mouth after the last game against the Baltimore Ravens, right? Seeing the Commanders lose and end that wonderful 4-game winning streak was heartbreaking. But, folks, hold on, because not all is lost. Brian Robinson Jr. is already eyeing his return, and he himself said that if it were up to him, he would have played last weekend. You can see the guy's desire to come back strong and help the team overcome this phase. Now, the big question is, will he be ready to face the Panthers next Sunday? Robinson suffered a knee injury that took him off the field, and the team felt his absence not just for his physical presence, but for the style of play he brings. Without him, the offensive options were limited. Jeremy McNichols and quarterback Jayden Daniels tried, but let's face it, Robinson is a force of nature. With him back, the chances of the Washington Commanders winning again increase considerably. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now's the time. You don't want to miss any news about our Warriors' return, right? What the team needs now is exactly a player with Robinson's profile. Physical, who breaks tackles and is still underestimated in the passing game. Jayden Daniels, our quarterback, made it clear in a press conference that he's eager to have his teammate back on the field. He praised Robinson's ability to run with the ball and even how he performs in passes. The guy is complete. And let's be honest, this already gives some relief to those of us who are following the team and know how the running game makes a difference in our offensive strategy. Just to give you an idea of the impact he has. Even while sitting out the game against the Ravens, Robinson still leads the team with 325 rushing yards. That's 3 yards more than our quarterback Daniels, who is also excellent at running with the ball, and not to mention that Robinson already has 5 touchdowns. Now, imagine him back alongside Austin Eckler, who has also been doing phenomenal work in the backfield. It's a breathtaking combination. When they're in sync, the offense becomes much more versatile, and opposing defenses struggle to try to contain these beasts. Of course, without Robinson, the Commanders struggled against the Ravens' ground defense. They only managed 52 rushing yards, the team's worst performance so far. We know that facing the best ground defense in the league is no joke, but without Robinson, things got even tougher. And then, it was a mix of not being able to execute plays and always playing catch-up. Brandon Coleman, our rookie left tackle, even commented on this, saying that despite the efforts of the other players, they lacked that finishing touch that Robinson brings. Coach Dan Quinn also acknowledged that it was complicated not having Robinson available in the last game, but he was very clear in saying that the decision was made with the players' well-being and the team as a whole in mind. And that's something we, as fans, also need to understand. There's no point in forcing the guy to play if he's not 100% yet. If he comes back now and ends up getting injured again, the season could be compromised. Better to hold off a bit, even if it hurts, right? And you know what's cool? Robinson himself understands this more cautious approach from the team. He even thanked Dan Quinn and general manager Adam Peters for making this decision. This shows the guy's maturity, doesn't it? He admitted he was crazy to come back, but recognized that the medical team and coaches were thinking long-term about what would be best for him and the team. Oh, and speaking of recovery, Robinson was already listed as a limited participant in Wednesday's practice. That's a very positive sign. He himself said he's feeling great, almost as if he were back to his best form. Now we just have to wait for the final word from the coaches. But everything indicates that he'll be ready to take the field on Sunday and show why he's one of the main names in this offense. The next game against the Carolina Panthers will be decisive. We're the favorites. But if we don't have Robinson and don't get our running game right, it could be more complicated than it seems. We know the Panthers have their weaknesses, and with Robinson back, we can exploit the ground game much more and balance it with Daniels' passes. That's why, fans, we can't afford to lose this game at all. It's going to be the kind of game that could define the course of our season. Now we're going to talk about one of the most exciting and interesting stories of the season, involving our rising quarterback, Jayden Daniels, and his relationship with a friend who was also once a huge NFL prospect, Bryce Young. If you're a Commanders fan, stick around until the end because this story has much more than just behind-the-scenes action. And hey, Go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, because you'll only find this type of content here. Let's get straight to the point. Jayden Daniels is exploding onto the NFL scene. There's no way to ignore the impact he's had since his first minicamp. He came in as a rookie, sure, but he's been playing like he's got years of experience. And let's be honest, seeing a player like this in a Commanders jersey is pretty exciting, right? Every game, every snap, it's like he's building a new era for the team. If you're feeling this too, comment below what you think of Jayden so far. But what makes this story even more interesting is his relationship with the Carolina Panthers quarterback, Bryce Young. This weekend, the Commanders face the Panthers, and it'll be a reunion between friends. Daniels and Young have a friendship that goes beyond the field. They've known each other since college, and the respect between them is clear. Jayden even got emotional talking about Bryce, remembering what it's like to see his friend going through a tough time in his career. "That's my dog," he said in a recent interview. And that's what's cool to remember, folks. We sometimes forget that behind these uniforms and helmets there are people. People who have friends, family, dreams, and of course, challenges. Bryce Young was the first overall pick in last year's draft. Everyone had huge expectations for him. But unfortunately, things didn't go as planned down in Carolina. The Panthers finished with a 2-14 record last season, with Young going through a lot of difficulties. This season, they started 0-2, and soon after, the new coach Dave Canales decided to give veteran Andy Dalton a chance, putting Bryce on the bench. The change worked, but not by much, as the Panthers are still struggling to find a way to stabilize in the league. And as a fan, you can imagine how frustrating this must be for Young, who had everything to be the franchise's guy. This is exactly where the more human part of this story comes in. Jayden Daniels said he always prays for Bryce and is always available to talk to him. "Keep God close, keep the faith," were some of the words of encouragement Daniels shared. This shows how much football goes beyond what happens on the field. It's about friendship, it's about helping each other, even when you're on opposite sides. Now, back to Jayden. He's playing at a level that few rookies manage to reach so early. He's agile, smart, and has impressive calmness, especially in the most tense game situations. The Commanders are 4-2, largely because of his solid performances, and if we keep up this pace, who knows where we can go this season, right? We can dream about playoffs, important victories, the team's morale is sky high, and this, without a doubt, is due to Daniels' performance. But for true fans like us, it also hurts to see a guy like Bryce Young going through a tough time. He has talent, he has charisma, and we know he can turn this situation around. But the NFL is cruel, and a bad season can really mark a player's career. The question remains, will he be able to overcome this phase and return to the level everyone expects from him? Will this reunion with Daniels rekindle something inside him? These are questions that only time will answer, but one thing is certain. In the next game between Commanders and Panthers, there will be much more on the field than just football. There will be history, there will be emotion, and there will be, of course, a passionate and vibrant Washington fan base ready to support our boy Jayden Daniels, and by the way, send good vibes to his friend Bryce Young. Because in the end, the NFL is this, a big family that, despite competing, cheers for everyone's victory. So, what do you think? Will Jayden Daniels keep up this pace and continue leading us to even bigger victories? And Bryce Young, can he make a comeback? Comment below, I want to know your opinion. And don't forget, okay? Leave your like, share the video with your friends, and of course, subscribe to the channel. This content here is made by fans for fans, and we want to see this community grow more and more. Until next time.